Okay, welcome back and thanks for tuning in again. So, just a quick video for you this week. Been working on the Roiline a little bit. I haven't got a lot done. We've had some strange weather over the past 2 weeks and I've been real busy with work. It's kind of put a damper on this project. And it's raining today, that's why we're underneath the canopy here. Well, I should say it's raining on and off. Right now it's not raining. So, didn't get a whole lot done today. But I did get the bearings plastic gauged, at least the 3 rods and the 2 main bearings that I pulled the caps off of. So let's take a look at the unit here and see where we're at. Alright, well here's where we're at since the last video. Pulled off the rocker covers, pulled out the push rods and the cam followers. Took a look down there. Still have to clean the valley out, although it's not all that bad. And we still got to make our plug here. Really, what I need to do is wash this thing down. That's pretty much paramount. You can see we still got some little shiny bits and pieces down in there. You probably can't see them, but I can. This camera light's not the greatest. Yeah. Little shiny pieces down there. So that shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to use the same setup that I used on the Big Cat with the Raycor filter, 2 micron filter, some diesel fuel, and the parts cleaning brush. But really what I did today, the goal was to check out these bearings. So I removed this, there was a frame rail that bolted along the side here, sitting down there just to make access a bit easier. So let's go underneath. Got the plastic gauge out for this. Hit this light here. Bear with me. I'm going to go underneath. Okay, so you can see a couple that I gauged. I also took the oil pump off. We'll go look at that in a second. So there's the number 1 rod. Let's see, that would be 2. That's number 2 main right there. There's number 3 rod. Let's go along and see what else. We should see number 4 main. Oh, there it is. There's number 4 main. Gauge that. And then number 8 rod. You can see number 8 rod definitely has the most wear. And it's not exactly what you would call even wear either. You can see the scratches right there. Oh. Zoom too fast. Oh boy. There you go. So we're going to split the difference there, and we're going to call that the clearance. Which, really, when you split the difference, it's still well within the spec. So, here's a look at the underside. And like I mentioned, pulled the oil pump off. We're going to have to take that apart, make sure that's not scratched up or anything. No surprises hiding in there. Let's go take another look at the bearings. Okay, so here's our bearing caps that we pulled off. And here's the specs. So running clearance for the mains is 2 to 5 thousandths. And running clearance for the rods is just under 2 thousandths to just under 5 thousandths. Kind of strange why they did that, but they came out of the manual for this engine. So our mains, this is what? Number 4 is perfect at 2 thousandths. This would be number, 2 at 2.5 thousandths. Number 1 rod at 2.5 thousandths. Number 3 rod at 2.5 thousandths, and number 8 at 3 thousandths. This is the one that had the most wear. Yeah, the bearings are a little roughed up. Definitely particulate dirt contamination. So, but all in all, still within spec. So we're going to run those bearings. And we got some torque values here. I'm going to go ahead and retorque the head before this is all said and done. And here's the oil pump. So we got the pickup there. I just took the whole thing off as an assembly. We'll take this back cover off and check the clearances for the gear rotors. But I imagine that should be okay. So let's take a look at the cam followers. Alright, so here's all the cam followers and the push rods. They look fine, really. I don't feel any wear on any of them, save for one. We'll get to that one in a second. No wear, or nothing that I can detect, and then a nice even wear pattern. Let's see, number 6 exhaust valve was the only one. Can you see there? That was not rotating like it should. That was just sitting in one spot, and I can feel that. You can probably see it in the light. The way the light's reflecting off of it, that's a low spot. Now, if I was building this engine to be, to be a workhorse, or to go back in emergency service or standby service, critical service, this would need to be reground, and the cam would need a close look. But we're going to go ahead and run that. Everything this engine's been through, that's not going to hurt it. Well, I almost forgot to show you the new manifold gaskets that I got. Olson's Gaskets was able to provide these for me. They weren't too bad cost-wise, and they look like they should fit perfectly. So, still need the valley plate gasket, but I could probably make that, and I think I'm just going to, and then the cork gaskets for the rocker covers. That's it. The oil pan, I think I'm just going to put a little bit of silicone on that. The gasket is pretty much on the bottom of the block. I'll just kind of wipe it down with some brake clean and put a little bit of silicone on it, and that should reseal that, because that's not available anymore. And I don't see any reason to scrape it all off and make a new one. So I hope you enjoyed the little quick video here. One thing I want to say is, my processes in repairing this engine, they might not be the most precision, but for the application that this is, or the work this is going to see, I think that they're more than adequate. There's no reason to rebuild this thing brand new. It's never going to be in critical life safety service anymore. It's too far out of date for that. So, but I can pretty much guarantee that once we get this all put back together and put the electronic governor on it, it'll load bank at 100% load with no problem. So I'm excited to get it back going and give it a good workout. So thanks for watching.